Hello, Kindred Spirits, and welcome back to Bits and Bob's Divination. My name is Caitlin, and together we are going to be diving into your July blessings and Cancer season messages. So let's go ahead and dive in together. Alright, so welcome back, my beautiful kindred spirits, and anyone new who may be joining us here on the channel today. We are looking into the month of July. Isn't that crazy? I can't believe it's already basically halfway through the year, or actually already halfway through the year. But we're going to be looking into your month of July, seeing any big messages, overarching energies, blessings, the like. And we're also going to look into Cancer season messages. So any Cancerians, I think that's how you say it out there, we just want to say a big happy birthday to you all. But before we look at the piles here, just want to remind you, if you are interested in getting your own private reading that is sent in a typewritten letter to you through the mail and is wax sealed closed just for your eyes only and is personalized just to you and your situation, definitely feel free to check out the snail mail readings that I have down below and reach out. I have lots of helpful reviews through my Linktree and on my Instagram for you to check out. But with that all said, let's go ahead and look at the piles. So for each of the piles, I've decided to do a little crystal here. So for pile number 1, your crystal is green aventurine. So if you're feeling called to this little guy, then that is pile number 1. For pile number 2 here, we have this piece of strawberry quartz, which is very similar to rose quartz, but a little bit more rose quartzy, or strawberry, I suppose. So there you are for pile number 2. And then last but not least here for pile number 3, if you're feeling called to this more magnetic looking stone, even though it's not a magnet, of hematite, then this is possibly the pile for you. So that's pile number 3. But as always, before you start heading off to the timestamps, I like to invite you to take a deep, cleansing, intuitive breath here with me in a moment to really connect with each of the piles and to connect with your own intuition. So let's go ahead and take that deep breath together here now. And as always, there are really no rules to this. You can choose all 3 of the piles. You can choose a pile and change your mind. You can take little pieces from each or just choose one. There really are no rules. All of the timestamps are down below in the description alongside the chapter marks of this video. And like I said, if you're interested in looking into those snail mail readings, or if you're curious to see more about art magic or grimoire stuff, then definitely feel free to check out all the information on my Instagram or Linktree down below. But let's go ahead and get started here with pile number 1. Hello group 1, if you've decided to choose this piece of green aventurine, then this is the pile for you as we move into the month of July to see your blessings and to see what messages you have for Cancer season, for the astrological season of Cancer. So we're going to be doing that with the charms. We're going to be playing around with several different oracle decks and tarot decks, which will have all of this listed as always down below in the description in case you're curious which decks we're using here today. And I even pulled out a deck I haven't used in forever called the Whispers from Within Oracle, and I haven't used this one in a really long time, but it just screamed at me when I opened my drawer of decks. So we pulled that one out for you all today, so we're going to see how it does. But feel free to get yourself settled, get cozy, get comfortable, get some water, get yourself a snack, whatever you'd like, and we're going to get right into it. I am going to go ahead and start shuffling these cards for you, so feel free to send your energy in, as always, into the cards. Feel free to use your own intuition, especially as we are moving into, and have moved into the watery sign of Cancer, all about your intuition and kind of, getting to know yourself better on a more one-on-one level. So let's go ahead and pull you some cards. So the month of July, group 1, what are the main energies coming in for you for the month of July? First off, we got the wheel. This immediately made me feel like when you're moving halfway through the year and all of a sudden you're realizing just how fast the year is going. And that's kind of the energy that this is giving off for me. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. It's the energy of the wheel and how fast the cycles and changes are happening in your life. There's something about that where there just feels like you're trying to keep up. That's the energy that I'm getting here with the wheel. but let's go ahead and pull you 2 more cards just to see a little bit more of those main energies coming in for you, group 1, for the month of July. Thought I felt one there, but kind of lost it. So, month of July, group. You guys have a lot of cards that are trying to fly out. So you have the 9 of Emotions coming out here first. This is a wish-making card. As you can see at the bottom, there's like a little lamp at the bottom. But this is a wish-making card. It's also a card of kind of being fulfilled in the moment. It's not about having everything figured out in your life, especially with everything you have going on with the wheel here, but rather, and almost the fact that literally it looks like a wheel or a circle of gems circling around them. It really feels like that wheel is like rotating around you, and yet you're still settled, you're still calm, you're still keeping your head on, you know what I mean? So even though there might be a little bit of an anxiety kind of feeling from this wheel, I feel like you guys kind of like got this. And then you have the 6 of Emotions coming forward as well. The 6 of Emotions being a card of kind of feeling nostalgic. As you can see, they're kind of like looking back to the past, unboxing memories, looking through old trinkets and old diary entries, that kind of feeling. Or getting nostalgic about shows and movies and pulp culture that, you know, reminds you of your childhood, your teenhood, your young adulthood. So a lot of your pile has to do with time, right? We've got the Wheel of the Year, or kind of the Wheel of the Year is what I'm seeing it as, coming forward, showcasing like this feeling of time moving forward, and yet you're kind of looking to the past. You're finding the past is like a really comfortable place for you to kind of chill, and to find solace and to feel comfortable amongst maybe the chaos of the year moving forward. And I think that's a really beautiful thing to be seeing here, using nostalgia, using that playful energy, using the healing that maybe you're even finding by revisiting memories or revisiting cherished moments as a way to sort of anchor you, as a way to sort of cradle you or hold you as the wheel continues to move. So really beautiful energy, very straightforward. I don't think I'm going to look at this for too long. We're going to go ahead and move to your next couple cards because this just feels really straightforward. So I don't want to like overthink it, because I think that is kind of the energy of the whole month, is showcasing just like don't overthink it, just enjoy the moment and enjoy cherished moments from the past. So with that in mind, we're going to look at your blessing card moving forward for the month of July. So whether you see blessings as something in your life from spirit or from the universe or just a wish that's come through, or if you want to see this as a card showcasing that this is a tool most prevalent or most useful in your tool belt for the month, however you want to see it, that's what we're going to be pulling. So a blessing for you, group 1 for the month. This one's already just pulling at me, and it is well-being. Okay, so definitely falling in sort of the same sort of theme that we've already been seeing here, of kind of taking care of yourself, looking back to past memories, sort of nourishing your soul, nourishing and finding fulfillment in the moment, in the present moment, rather than trying to worry too much about the future or trying to control the future. You know, you're just letting it swirl around you, letting the future unfold one moment at a time. And this is really helpful for your well-being. I also think just in general, this month is going to be possibly just one that is subtly transformative, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes when we have these huge, big shifts that are happening in our lives, like they're unmistakable. And then you have those ones where you look back a year later and you're like, wow, that was kind of a shift. That's kind of how I'm feeling for you this month, that I think that there's going to be like a perspective shift or a mental shift, spiritual shift even, that is tied and related to your well-being, to fulfillment, and to possibly past memories or healing that's there, that I think you're going to look back on a couple months from now and be like, yeah, I did that, or wow, I didn't realize how impactful that was, but you know, it meant something later on. So that's the feeling that I'm getting here. Also, there's a lot of moon energy coming forward with the moons here and then the full moon coming in. So this transformation might be happening around the full moon, or the cycles of the moon, if you work with them, might be really tied to your emotions. I mean, Cancer season, the Cancer is ruled by the moon, so it makes a lot of sense that moon energy is coming forward, a lot of lunar energy, emotions being heightened, and wishes and well-being being fulfilled here. So let's go ahead and look a little further. I'm going to pull you a card for a relationship message. So I like to see this as like a check-in on the relationships in your life, whether those are with family, friends, a more romantic or spiritual relationship, or even the relationship with yourself. However you wish to look at this, we're going to just sort of check in for the collective. So here we go. Group 1, the month of July. What is the relationship check-in card that they need to see this month? Group 1, the month of July. Okay. Ooh, heart ease. Or heart seas. I don't ever know if I'm saying that properly, but compassion. Tread a little more tenderly. Very beautiful card to see. I love this plant. This flower is so beautiful. It reminds me of obviously like violets and flowers and like spring flowers that are very delicate. Like I said, this subtle feeling is coming forward, this subtle shift, this delicate, almost like the delicacy of like a butterfly wing. That's the feeling that I'm getting for even your relationships too, right? Treading a little bit more tenderly, being a little bit more compassionate, not only to yourself, as we see that coming forward with a lot of this, but also with others in your life. You know, sometimes we have to remind ourselves and, you know, take a step back and realize, you know, they've got stuff going on too. They've got things that are scaring them, making them nervous, anxious, or worried, right? Not to say that, you know, that negates behaviors, but there is, you know, that perspective that can be really useful, you know, stepping into another person's shoes or just being a little bit more compassionate to their situation, as well as your own. So that's really coming forward for you all. And then to finish off your cards, although we will be pulling some charms here, and if you are enjoying the reading so far, do feel free to give this video a like. Really does help the channel, so thank you. But we're going to pull out these cards, like I said, the Whispers from Within. I always have to look at the box because I don't use this very often, but it was popping out for me for Cancer season messages for you all, and I think that we're just going to see what pops up. So here we go. Cancer season messages. Cancer season is all about kind of finding your inner compass, connecting with your soul, connecting with your intuition, your more emotional side. So let's go ahead and see how that is coming forward. So first off, you have clear your space, and we'll read through that in a moment. And then you have one more that I want to pull out here for you. This one feels stubborn. Group 1 here. Group 1. So you got clear your space as well as you're not alone. So we'll read this one first. You might resonate with all of these or just one of these, but these are just sort of little activities or affirmations and things to think about for your coming month. So clearing your space, identify and release energy that isn't yours, avoid spending time with people who drain your energy, learn personal energy protection methods, practice energy clearing rituals in your home, such as burning sage or using crystals or other herbs that, you know, resonate with you that don't necessarily have to be sage. Reduce clutter in your home or workspace to open the flow of energy. So really loving this one. Clearing your space, you know, can help clear our mental space as well. So that's something to consider. And then you are not alone. Have the courage to reach out for support today. Practice loving acceptance towards yourself. Manage your expectations of yourself and of others. I kind of feel like that one's connected to the compassion feeling we had earlier. Make time to connect with others. You're needed and you matter. A lonely season of your life will soon pass. Ooh, very beautiful cards. Like I said, I don't feel like they need a lot of explanation. Hopefully a couple of those was really, reaching out to you. And these are really good to like journal about or looking at one or two of the phrases and messages here and really journaling and getting into the nitty-gritty of them. So to finish off your reading today, we are going to pull you a few charms. So if you're new to the channel, I have an entire master guide reading or master guide video on charm casting if you want to learn more about charms and how to use them yourself. But we're going to pull some here for you all today and cast them on your cards. So let's pull the charms for you here today. I feel like you guys are getting a lot of signals, so I'm curious to see how many of you guys ended up choosing this pile. Okay, so let's zoom in and have a little look. So you got the rock charm, or the rock in general, showing up here. Whenever I see this one, first off, my dad picked out this charm to add to my thing, so I always see my dad in this charm because he's a rock in my life. That may not be true for you, but it could be related to fatherly energy that you're looking back on, or a parent or guardian in your life that you're kind of looking back on, maybe reflecting, healing from, or finding a lot of grounding energy from those memories. Something like that showing up here. And then also just in general, your memories could just be, a really grounding place to turn to this month. You also got the bull here on the moon, which I think is interesting because it relates to Taurus. And I was talking about earlier how I felt like the moon was relating to more Cancerian energy. And the fact that the bull showed up made me think too that you're just like taking it one moment at a time. There can be a little bit of stubbornness here too, of like maybe wanting to rush things or hurry things or move forward or get this done. But again, just slowing down, letting this bull relax a little bit, following your intuition, letting things flow a little bit more is going to be far more transformative and allow you so much more ease in your life. Other ones you have coming in here, we've got the little lock. You have no keys showing up here, but you do have a lock showing up. The lock usually represents, again, something that feels blocked, that stubborn energy coming forward here again. So where you're feeling a little bit locked or a little bit blocked is related to being able to sort of tap in to the energy that we had here from that 9 of emotions, right? Of being able to be still and calm in the chaos of the month, or just in general, like your thoughts and your emotions that might be flowing through you this month, related to maybe past memories or related to just the fact that the wheel is moving, the year is moving, and it is flowing on by. And so it's just not that you can't unlock this just because you didn't have a key show up, but it does mean that it's going to be a harder energy for you to tap into, but one that you are definitely being guided to do so, as we had guided messages coming forward from Spirit. You also have a couple of other ones showing up here on Clear Your Space. With reduce clutter in your home or workspace to open the flow of energy, you got the paw prints. This can relate to, fur babies in our lives or pets, but it also can represent like a pitter-patter of little ones behind you, just making sure you can get a little bit of time to yourself, asking for that time, asking for that support, right? Have the courage to reach out for support today, and see if you can get a little bit more space to kind of look after yourself and have a little spa moment, or to literally reduce the clutter in your brain. Lots of self-love messages and self-care messages coming forward that are going to make you feel a lot more clear and a lot more secure. So overall, those are all of the cards and charms that I have here for you, Group 1. If you did enjoy this reading, definitely be sure to give this video a like and let me know in the comments down below how it resonated, if you had specific charms that called out to you. If you know what this is about, I'd love to hear. And also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, do feel free to subscribe, as I put out new videos every single Monday about pick a card readings mostly, but I do like to sprinkle in, master guides on charm casting, grimoire tours, and more art magic for you to play around with more witchy videos. So if that's also something up your alley, then do feel free to check out the rest of the videos on the channel. And if you are interested in getting Pride Rainbow earrings or a snail mail reading of your own or any other offerings that I have, my link tree is down below for my Instagram, helpful reviews, and more information. But with that said, thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hello Group 2, if you decide to choose this piece of strawberry quartz, then this is the pile for you. I'm not gonna lie, if I were you, I would have picked this one too. I just am feeling really called to that strawberry quartz lately. But today we are going to be playing around with your July blessings, any other messages coming forward for you for July, as well as for Cancer season, for the astrological season of Cancer. We're going to be doing that with the charms, as well as several different oracle decks, as always with tarot decks and oracle decks and supplies. I'll have it all listed down below in the description in case you're curious what we're using here today. I even pulled out the Whispers from Within Oracle, which I haven't used in ages on the channel, so we'll have fun with that one as well. I already had fun with it for Group 1, so I'm curious to see what you guys all have coming in. But feel free to get yourself cozy, get settled, get comfortable, however you wish to do so. And we are going to begin by having you send your energy in through time and space into the decks and supplies here as we begin. So definitely feel free to use your own intuition. Cancer season is all about intuition, all about flow, all about flowing into our emotions. So let's see what comes forward for you. So the month of July, what do you got coming in Group 2 for the month of July? The main energies, main themes to consider. Group 2 for the month of July. All right, so we have the 10 of materials coming forward for you here. We have a blooming tree here with these rose bushes sort of mixed with a tree, showcasing a lot of community. Whenever I see this one, it makes me feel like community is really important. Community can be small, it can be large, right? Community can be full fandoms, it can be online communities. It can be related to your own personal little local community or even just your community in your household, right? So we're going to see how that is connecting. There's something around community coming forward for you. So what else, Group 2? What else to consider for the month of July for you? Group 2. Okay, so you also have the 9 of Voices. I'll look at that here in a second, but this one was calling out to me. So we have the 9 of Voices for you as well. This one represents sort of our anxieties, sort of threading their way into our conscious brain and into our subconscious, as well as moving into the waking form. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm just saying words, but basically, like, it literally feels like, our anxieties sometimes are happening under the surface and we're not realizing that they are impacting different parts of our lives and impacting our community or impacting how we are able to show up for our community, for our loved ones, for our chosen family, right? Something like that is coming forward for you. But let's see what else you have as well. You also have the 10 of Emotions. You have 2 10 cards coming forward. 10s being numbers of completion or finishing things. But in this case, you have a lot of imagery showcasing like these little tiny dots, which really feel like this like unspoken connection between you and your community, unspoken connection there. You can see you have the community, chilling around this tree. You have a community sort of dancing to the sun star up here of emotions. And then you have you just sort of by yourself. And so I kind of feel like there's this like worry you're not able to show up for your community, to show up for your loved ones, to show up for yourself, right? There's this fear here or an anxiety that's coming forward. There's this perfectionism as well. The 10 of Emotions, right? This is a like perfect mandala. This totally showcases perfectionism, wanting everything to be perfect. 10s can also talk to perfection, right? To master something, to be at the master level of 10, right? But sometimes we have to strip things back, remind ourselves, come back to our roots, come back to our community, talk it out, maybe even, because others in your community might also be feeling the same way, or might be struggling with similar worries or anxieties about their community or about you or about others, or other situations in which you guys can really find, common ground on. So that's how I'm kind of feeling for your month. I also am feeling, like I said, there is that 10 coming forward. So you might be completing projects or finishing things too, unrelated to everything we've talked about here. And just in general, I feel like you might be having a more social month, as there are so many people showing up on these cards too. And that might just kind of give you a little bit of burnout too, as that's coming forward a little bit. But let's see what else you have. Let's go ahead and look at your blessing card and see how it might be helping the situation. So these blessing cards are usually just really good things coming forward for you. Blessings from spirit, the universe, gods, goddesses, or you can just see it as an energy most in your favor this month. The tool best in your tool belt. So let's see what that is for you. Group 2. Ooh. I'm going to go with that one. Peace. How lovely with everything else you have coming in. It's so interesting to look at these 2 cards too. You have a lot of repeating messages, the repeating of the 10, the repeating of the dots, the repeating of the imagery here of these halos behind you. Whereas in this one, you're kind of nervous, you're kind of weaving a web of anxieties and nervousness and dread even coming forward. And then this peace of mind is showcasing a very different version of you that is very at peace, at having some solitude, being able to find a little bit of serenity, some peace, some freedom, to kind of speak your mind or to share how you're feeling and kind of lift a weight off. That's literally how it feels. That's the best way of explaining it. As I was doing this reading, I could feel the weight of the worries and anxieties you might be feeling this month. And this feels literally like a weight being pulled off of you. And so maybe it's because you have something you're dreading that you need to complete and finish, and maybe that's why you're feeling that. But the feelings that you are feeling, right, they're at a 10. They're pretty high. But here, this peace feels so comforting, so freeing, so, just weightlifting. So I'm not exactly sure how it's coming forward. It's not really perfectly apparent. You do have 2 doves showing up here. So there could be something related to a relationship. Like I said, there is this feeling of needing to have a heart-to-heart with someone or with your community or with your loved ones, and needing to just be able to share how you're feeling and kind of lift that weight. So I think that that's going to be a huge blessing for you, a conversation about how you're feeling. Simple, but, can be very effective. Let's go ahead and look at more about relationships then with a relationship sort of check-in. So we are going to look at these in a more general collective sense, just sort of getting a check-in on the relationships in your life this month. Those could be familial relationships within your community, or it could be romantic, spiritual, a relationship with yourself or a friend. But we're going to see what's coming forward for you all. Group 2. So the month of July, a little relationship check-in. What's coming forward that we need to hear for relationships for group 2? Ooh, forget-me-not, remembrance. Memories and the past hold the key. That's really interesting. If you watched pile 1, this might be, related to the charms that you got. But when it comes, because I feel like there's this connection there, and if you watched pile 1, you'll know what I mean. But I feel like obviously the majority of you are here for just pile 2. So forget-me-not, remembrance, memories, and the past hold the key. So it could be that just sort of connecting with someone, sharing not only how you're feeling, but also maybe relating it to the past or how the past is influencing the present right now could be important. It could also be just that maybe the weight that you're feeling too might be related to a loved one that has passed, someone who is at peace, or, there is that weight being lifted in the fact that, they might be at peace now. But feel free to take some time and see how that is relating to the relationships in your life. And we are going to move on to your Cancer messages for the Cancer season. For any of the Cancers out there, happy birthday to you all. And let's see what you have coming in. So Cancer season is all about really connecting with your emotions, connecting with your intuition, right? Cancer is a zodiac sign related to and associated with the moon, which is full and goes through its cycles, and it changes constantly, so we're going to see what changes might be coming in for you for Cancer season with these. So group, ooh, they're slippery. Group 2, calling in your tribe, okay, or calling in, your chosen family, however you see it. And then this too shall pass. Very lovely affirmations and messages already. Let's go ahead and read through them, and we'll see what ones really spark out to you. Calling in your tribe. Call in your tribe now by asking Spirit to help you. Find unique ways to meet more like-minded people. Make changes to your friendship circle. Take your time getting to know someone. Or focus on self-improvement to attract positive people and relationships into your life. Especially when you had so much community coming forward. I didn't really talk about these roses blooming, but I really feel like there's the possibility, right, of meeting new friends or creating better bonds with someone. Maybe someone who you've forgotten or someone you haven't really, taken the time to connect with for a while. Other things showing up here. With this too shall pass. Have faith that your life or situation will soon improve. Have compassion towards yourself and others. Talk to someone for support and guidance. Do something that makes your soul feel good. And find healthy ways to work through uncomfortable emotions during a healing process. Really feeling that last one for you all, finding healthy ways to work through uncomfortable emotions during a healing process. I really feel like you guys are healing through possibly some grief, right, with forget-me-not and peace coming forward related to community, anxiety still there. But I also am feeling, like I said, that there could be someone in your life who you've maybe forgotten or not taken time to connect with in a while that you're building new connections with as well, to create more peace in your life and to sort of filter through some of those emotions and to have a deep heart-to-heart conversation about that. So that's everything that I'm getting just from the cards, but let's pull the charms to get any extra little details. I love pulling the charms on top of these specific cards because they always fall on the different affirmations there, but let's go ahead and pull you a few here as well. So here we go, group 2. Oh, what a sweet one. So, the one that I'm talking about here fell right in the center, and it's this little I love you charm. It says I love you on it, and it talks about, it's a golden heart, right? And so this really just feels like a very true love, whether that is with a friend, a family member, a spirit, but there's this deep true love that is here, and it fell right in the palm of the hands of this figure that I feel like is you, finding a lot of peace. So peace through love, peace through compassion, peace through understanding. These are all beautiful avenues for you to really focus on this month and to really hold and cherish in your life. Other things showing up for you, we have the, on the community, maybe where your anxiety is coming from, is the idea that you might be, again, I feel like somebody new is maybe coming into your life. We have the fall into love charm. I've written over this so many times, but it just keeps getting more grubby. But it's the fall into love charm, because that's what was written on it before. So I feel like you're falling back into love with someone or something related to your community, and possibly taking a path less traveled. That's what I always see this as, right? This is the path all people tend to travel, and you're taking a slower or different path. And so that might be related to your community as well. I do think that the person that you're maybe wanting to get to know, you're maybe feeling a little insecure or fragile or nervous right now, as you did get the insecurity charm coming forward with this safety pin. Right on taking your time to get to know someone. So that's something to consider. You also got the reindeer, which I always think of as really believing in yourself and believing in things that feel, otherworldly or bizarre or crazy, and believing that it's not that crazy for you to meet and find more like-minded people in your life. So I really think you're building community, possibly through grief, possibly through your emotions, possibly having these heart-to-hearts. These could be online, this could be at a club, this could be just in your home. Other things showing up here for your last charm is the little pumpkin Cinderella carriage. And it says, have faith that your life or situation will soon improve. And so this feels like a little godmother coming in. So I really feel like a spirit is looking over and watching over you right now, to help your situation, to find ways to send a little bit of comfort, just like the fairy godmother did for Cinderella. So those are all of the charms and cards that I have here for you, Group 2. I do hope this has been useful and helpful for you, and if it has, do be sure to give this video a like, and let me know in the comments down below how it resonated, which charms called out to you, maybe even which decks or imagery. I'd love to hear. And if you enjoy pick-a-card readings, I mostly do pick-a-card readings here, but I also sprinkle in some art magic, grimoire tours, and educational videos on charm casting. So if you're interested, do be sure to subscribe, as I put out new videos every single Monday that I think you'd really enjoy. And if you're interested in getting your own reading beyond this, looking into a spirit guide or anything that happened in this reading or beyond, then do feel free to check out the snail mail readings that I offer, where I send a letter to you in the mail, typewritten on a vintage typewriter. It is sent straight to you. It's wax sealed closed, and I put in a lot of time, effort, energy, and care and compassion to your situation or question on your mind. So do feel free to check those out if you are interested. But with that all said, thank you so much for being here with me today, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, Group 3. If you decide to choose this piece of hematite, then this is the pile for you. A very magnetic looking stone. So we're going to see if anything is magnetizing into your life with the charms, with several different oracles and different decks to see your Cancer season messages, as well as your bigger themes and energies coming forward, as well as blessings for the month of July. So I'll have all of the different decks and everything here listed down below in case you're curious or you want to see what we're using here today. But we are going to get right into it. So feel free to get yourself cozy, get yourself settled, comfortable, get some water or tea, a nice snack, whatever you'd like. And we are going to pull some cards for you. So do feel free to send your own energy in, use your own intuition as we move through this. See what's popping in the imagery for you, how the charms connect with you, and see what personal gnosis comes forward. So let's go ahead and see for you, Group 3, for the month of July. The month of July, Group 3. So you have the 4 of emotions coming forward here. I love this image. It's one of those ones that, like, you kind of forget how beautiful it is until you see it again, but I love that this glass is being made by these 2 different faces here. It kind of feels like you're having 2 different facets of life that are kind of merging or connecting right now, and you're kind of not sure how to deal with it. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting right off the bat. The 4 of emotions can also just showcase that there are things that are right in plain sight, right? Help, opportunities, perspective shifts that we need in order to continue to grow or to continue to thrive that we're just not seeing, right? It's literally right in front of our faces and we just aren't seeing it. So there's something that you're maybe not seeing, maybe something that's not feeling very clear in your emotions right now, or clear in how others are sharing their emotions with you, that is really making an impact for you. But let's go ahead and pull you 2 more cards to get a little bit more of a taste of what you've got going on for the month of July, group 3. For the month of July, we've got a lot of messages coming in this way. You have the 7 of Inspiration, super empowering card. Like, look at how much power and force they have right here. So there's something that you are opening a gate for. You are saying no. You are putting a boundary out. You are telling, you are just telling your truth, right? That's coming forward with the 7 of Inspiration. This is the 7 of Inspiration a lot of the times, or 7 of Wands, showcases a lot of resilience needed for a situation that you're possibly going through right now, where it feels like a lot of odds are against you, a lot of people are against you, a lot of things are just feeling quite difficult, and you're just having to plow through them. Literally, you are plowing. So I feel like you guys have the power. I feel like you have the initiative, the ambition, or the drive to get this done, to get moving through something. Whatever this blockade is, I really don't think you're going to be blocked for long. So let's go ahead and see what else you have coming forward. Group 3 for the month of July. Now, I'm also going to take the top card because I'm just feeling like we need that one too. I feel like it's just like an added bonus for the 7 of Inspiration. You have Justice coming forward, the number 11. And this one feels very connected. Like, look at the opening that's happening both in subconsciously as well as like externally. That's the feeling that I'm getting. These just feel really tied. So it feels like not only are you plowing through like difficult situations outside of yourself, but also within, like your inner demons on the inside. Very cool to see. Over on next to the 4 of Emotions here, you have the Knight of Inspiration. Super powerful. You are like, I don't know if you know you're that confident. I don't know if you're feeling super confident, but you've got 2 really sparky, fiery, go-getter cards that are coming forward that are just full of determination. Maybe that's the best word. It's not necessarily confidence that you're maybe, using as fuel to move through as this blockade, or to like plow through something, plow through blockades in your path, but also you're feeling just super fiery and determined and ambitious too. I do think like this 4 of Emotions is showcasing that even though all of this is going on, and even a little bit of this Justice card feels connected, but even though all of this is going on, this pure power, this determination, this getting through your blockades and moving through difficult situations, I think at the heart of it, even though you're doing all of that, you're not necessarily always processing it all, because the 4 of Emotions is coming forward with this idea that, again, you're not like seeing the full picture or being able to gain the proper perspective to know maybe how your actions might affect things later down the line. There is this unclear feeling, but I don't feel like it's going to stop you. Does that make sense? I also feel like you might get, this card can sometimes talk about too, getting opportunities that just aren't right for you in the moment, or being offered something that just isn't really working with you, right? Like that. It's like, even though it's like a really good job offer, or a really good offering for help, or a really good whatever the opportunity is, big or small, sometimes there's just things that are just not really right for you in that moment. And I feel like you are really good at being able to discern that this month. So really cool cards to see. Very powerful. You guys are a powerhouse this month. Very creative as well. But let's go ahead and see your main energy coming forward with a blessing card. So if you work with gods, goddesses, or other spirits, or the universe, then this could be a blessing from them. Otherwise, this can also just be an energy that's most in your favor this month. So let's go ahead and see what that is for you. So group 3, a blessing or energy most in your favor. group 3 for the month of July. The energy most in your favor this month, group 3. Interesting. New beginnings on the horizon. Interesting that you have like these two cards really feel connected with this sun beaming behind, this feeling of like opening a portal, opening a space for yourself, creating space for yourself, is really coming forward a lot this month. We've got new beginnings coming forward with a new moon, or well, not a new moon, but we're on our way to a first quarter moon, just coming out of the new moon. And especially since this is Cancer season, which is related to the moon, I'm really looking for moons in all of the cards today. But in this case, new beginnings are on the horizon, which is really cool to see with all the ambition, all the determination, all the inspiration you have coming forward. I'm truly not surprised that something new is blooming and beginning. There is a little bit of a fragile feeling to like these little butterfly wings that are showing up here, which is making me think too that despite all this determination and like power that you have, it's just making sure you don't overdo it or get too deeply into it. But regardless, I think that it's going to be a really good blessing for you. Some new project that you're starting or a new opportunity that's coming in that does sit for you, despite some of the others that aren't. For this one feels like one that you have chosen. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and pull you a relationship check-in card. So we're going to see a card for the collective to just sort of check in on the relationships as a whole in your life. So platonic ones, familial ones, spiritual, romantic, and even the one with yourself. So let's see what that is for you. What card is coming forward for a little check-in for the month of July for relationships in the collective for group 3? Group 3 relationships for the month of July. So you have realization. Interesting. Heliconia, I'm sure I am totally butchering that name, but realization is the message here with the answer is here, take heed. So if you've been looking for an answer, looking for some sort of sign for a relationship in your life, it's coming forward. It may be not as clear though as you'd like it to be, because you do have that same sort of imagery of like one thing in the middle and then two sort of coming to the side here. Does that make sense? So I really feel like those two are connected. So even though you have this realization coming in, it might come in a little late. You might not have everything perfectly clear. So having clear, concise communication with this person or people rather, to clear things up could be really important from, advice from this card. But let's go ahead and pull you 2 more cards. These are going to be specific to Cancer season and seeing what's coming forward for you. Like I said, Cancers out there, happy birthday. And even if you're not a Cancer, right, the season of Cancer is still upon us and still happening, and it affects us. And so Cancer is related to our intuition, to our connection with our subconscious, a connection as well to our emotions, our feelings, and the way that we express them. So we're going to see how that connects with the cards you get here. But mostly I just feel like it's just going to give you some really good intuitive insights. So the first one is do the thing. I felt like you guys were going to get a very motivating message. And then we'll read through that here in a minute. But let's see what else is coming forward for you. Group 3. So you also got genuine connection here. Let's go ahead and start first with do the thing. And it says here, do the thing. Avoid procrastinating this month. Make a confident, well-informed decision. Set reminders in your calendar to take care of business. Ask others to help you get started on a big task. Continue working on a long-term project, goal, or dream. And release fears towards an outcome of a situation. I feel like a lot of those could really apply to your situation. I feel like the fears part of it or just continuing to work on a goal or dream or project of yours, and possibly even asking for help being another part of that. But let's see what genuine connection has to say as well. So, genuine connection. The person in question is genuine, trustworthy, and caring. Work on building trust with a specific person, situation, or a relationship. It's safe for you to explore this relationship. Heal past hurts or heartbreaks that are blocking a special connection with this someone. And this is a very special soul connection that deserves a fair chance. Interesting, because we didn't have a ton coming in with connections here. It feels very much like a solo month, get the things done, determination, ambition, right? But you did have that realization coming forward and something that didn't feel clear, so that might be related to this genuine connection with someone, possibly something new beginning or new feelings starting to emerge there. Regardless, very interesting, especially if you guys are dating or are looking for someone more romantically, as there are like the fireworks coming forward, genuine connection, new beginnings, that unclear feeling, and then realization. So something to consider if that is the situation you're in. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the charms and see what they have to say to clear up any last little details. So do feel free to send your energies always into the charms. And let's pull some for you, group 3. Ooh, interesting. Let me zoom you in so you can see a little bit better. So it looks like you got 4 charms coming forward here. You have here on do the thing, avoid procrastinating today. It literally feels, I got this from my grandma, so it literally feels like a grandma telling you off and being like, go do that thing, go get it done. You know, they're kind of rooting for you in that like interestingly stubborn way. It says I love you here as well, and it's a little angel playing a little flute. So you might also be feeling spiritual messages that are helping you to do the thing, right? You might be getting some messages from spirit, loved ones beyond the veil, or some sort of spirit guide of your own. Here on New Beginnings, you got the Imagine, Dream, and Believe charm. So this really feels connected to that feeling of continue working on a long-term project, goal, or dream. Maybe this new project is just beginning. Maybe you're doing like a 100-day project or something like that, or one that relates to the moon cycle, or something that feels more time-based even. But I feel like, again, it's definitely related to something that you really care and have passion and drive for versus something that you're just like told to do or get something done. And then you have here the ornament charm. The person in question is genuine, trustworthy, and caring. This also showed up next to the butterflies that feel very fragile. So more so with the romantic feeling that we were getting before, this feels connected to sort of those messages for those of you who were looking into those, as these are beautiful memories, but ones that feel very fragile at the time. But I feel like you're getting the hang of being around them. You're making new memories and understanding them better. So that's really beautiful to see. Regardless, I feel like some of you are making some beautiful memories this month with a genuine connection in your life. And then you have the little innocence charm of a little daisy here, falling over in the hand of justice. Justice being a card of balance, a card of consequences, right? Consequences not meaning always in a bad way, right? Sometimes we do a good deed for someone else and that leads to someone, doing a good deed for you, and that's a really good consequence. And so the fact that the innocence charm is falling into the hand of justice feels like there's a really good consequence to your actions, to your kindness this month, and that it's going to really pay off. So those are all of the charms and cards that I have for you here, group 3. I do hope this has been useful and helpful to you, and if it has, do be sure to give this video a like and let me know in the comments, as always, down below about your thoughts on the charms, the different cards, spiritual messages coming forward. I'd love to hear. And if you're interested in pick a card readings, I put out new readings basically every single Monday, but I also like to sprinkle in some art magic, grimoire tours, and some more charm casting educational guides. So if you're interested in any or all of that, then do feel free to subscribe, as I put out those videos, like I said, every single Monday. And if you're interested in getting a reading that can look even deeper into your month, into your year, or into a relationship or other questions and queries on your mind, then definitely feel free to check out the snail mail readings down below through my Linktree, helpful reviews on my Instagram, and the like, to get your own snail mail reading, where I send a letter to you in the mail. It's typewritten on a vintage typewriter. It's wax sealed closed for your eyes only. I put so much love, care, compassion, and consideration of your specific theme for the reading and send it off to you. So if that interests you, do feel free to reach out. But with that said, thank you so much for being here with me today, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.